With the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merger coming to a close, an analyst is saying that it's PlayStation's time to answer back. But what could be in the cards for the Blue brand? Find out. Up next. What up, guys? This is KLO, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So before we get into today's news, I'm going to shout out the Twitch channel. It's in the link in the video description down below. Go check that out, because next week, in honor of spooky season, we're going to be throwing it back a little bit on this channel because we're going to be doing Nightmare Mode and Phasmophobia. Just days after Microsoft closed their blockbuster acquisition of Activision Blizzard, rumors have been swirling that PlayStation might be prepping for a big move of their own. Now, to kind of get this out of the way, these supposed leaks, and I'm putting that in air quotes, are far from true. Acquisitions of a large scale normally never make it to the surface, unless the company releases word themselves, thanks to all these legal matters. I mean, I can count multiple times within the last year that I've heard Sony is set to acquire Take-Two, Square Enix, or From Software. And speaking in terms of this round of leaks, the big name I seen making the rounds as of late was Bandai Namco. Now, according to the video games Kronicle and industry consultant Dr. Sirkin Toto, he believes that PlayStation is, quote, under pressure to react to the Xbox deal. Quote, Sony surely is under pressure to react, even after their Bungie acquisition. I expect further investments and acquisitions for PlayStation, including a large one that would move the needle for them in a meaningful way. Now, it's worth noting, Sony did acquire Bungie last July for $3.6 billion. And for what it's worth, I do agree with that statement. Sony does have to respond. But again, big acquisitions like this are easier said than done. First, they'd have to find someone that wants to sell, and while Sony is a market leader, Sony doesn't have those deep pockets like Microsoft would have. And let's just say they find someone to purchase. I'm fairly sure other companies would be in the mix, so they're gonna have a bidding war on their hands, so they'd have to compete on that front as well. Also, keep in mind, Sony is a market leader in gaming, and we've seen all the heaps of hurdles that Microsoft has gone through with this ABK deal. So looking back on everything, imagine what the market leader would have to go through. But yeah, I am almost 100% certain that PlayStation will go on to buy more developers, mainly because they came out to mention that themselves. And there could be that needle-moving acquisition on the horizon. Now, with that being said, this doesn't have to be a full-blown publisher. And I'm not within that camp that believes they will acquire Take-Two. So, what are the options here? The Embracer Group has been a name to watch because they are looking to sell off some studios like Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. And I do think when talking about all this, expectations are set fairly high, and it's good to have those high standards. But I also don't believe every gaming company needs to make these earth-shattering moves year after year. AKA quality over quantity. As for now, all we can do is speculate, and I've been saying for years now, but I think Sega is the company to look out for to be snatched up sometime soon. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question over to you guys. What studio or publisher would you like to see merge with Sony? I did mention a few in this video, but I kinda wanna get wild with speculation here within the comments. But that about does it here. I've been KLO. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video. And this has been the Level Up.